Welcome to one of Italy's best-kept secrets, Abruzzo. Imagine a place where ancient villages cling to mountain slopes, crystal-clear waters kiss the shores of historic fishing huts, and wide-open landscapes stretch as far as the eye can see. In just 5 days, we'll take you on a breathtaking journey through Abruzzo's most magical spots, from the coastal beauty of the Costa dei Trabocchi to the charming streets of Sulmona, the timeless village of Scano, and the wild highlands of Campo Imperatore. If you're dreaming of authentic Italy with fewer crowds, stunning nature, and soul-stirring traditions, you're in the right place. So, grab your bags and join me on an unforgettable 5-day adventure across Abruzzo, where every corner tells a story. The best time to visit Abruzzo is April to June, with warm weather, blooming wildflowers, and peaceful beaches along the Costa dei Trabocchi. September and October are also great, offering autumn colors, cooler hiking temperatures at Campo Imperatore, and lively local festivals. While July and August are ideal for beach lovers, they get busier with Italian holidaymakers, and the inland heat increases. For the best mix of sunshine, nature, and authentic local life, aim for late spring or early fall. Accommodation in Abruzzo is affordable, with boutique hotels, B&Bs, and agritourism ranging from $70 to $120 per night. Car rental is essential, costing $40 to $60 per day, plus gas. Meals are reasonably priced, with a local meal costing $15 to $25 per person, and a seafood dinner at a trabocco around $30 to $40, including wine. Most activities like hiking and village exploration are free, while museum entries cost around $5 to $10. For a 5-day trip, expect to spend $800 to $1,000 per person, covering accommodation, meals, car rental, and activities. Start your day in Ortona, just a 2.5-hour drive from Rome. Begin by visiting Trabocchi Beach, known for its iconic fishing platforms. Walk along the coast and take in the stunning views of the sea, a perfect spot for photos, and to experience Abruzzo's maritime heritage. Take your time to relax and feel the rhythm of the waves. Next, drive 20 minutes to San Vito Chiatino, home to Spiaggia di Cala Turcino, one of the most peaceful beaches on the coast. Spend some time lounging by the water or exploring the surrounding cliffs and coves. For lunch, grab a panino with porchetta, a local delicacy. It's deliciously satisfying and perfect for enjoying on the beach or at a scenic overlook. After lunch, head 15 minutes to Fossa Chigia Marina to explore the Abbazia di San Giovanni in Venere, a beautiful abbey perched above the Adriatic. The panoramic views from here are breathtaking, and it's an ideal place for a peaceful walk through the gardens. As evening falls, take a short 10-minute drive to Cesenatico, where you can enjoy a sunset stroll along the water. For dinner, indulge in pasta alla chitarra, a traditional Abruzzese dish, accompanied by a glass of local white wine. For accommodation, stay in a seaside town like Ortona or Fossa Chigia, where you'll find cozy guest houses with beautiful sea views. Begin your adventure today with a drive through the rolling hills of Abruzzo to the charming town of Sulmona, known for its ancient streets and vibrant piazzas. The journey from the Costa dei Trabocchi will take you about 1.5 hours, so enjoy the scenic route, passing through lush vineyards and small villages along the way. Once in Sulmona, make your way to Piazza Garibaldi, the bustling center of town, surrounded by historic buildings and lively cafes. Be sure to visit the Pollino factory, where you can discover the art of making Sulmona's famous confetti and taste some for yourself. For lunch, grab a delicious panino with arrosticini, a local lamb specialty. It's the perfect treat to enjoy as you explore the town, or on a bench in one of the town's many charming squares. In the afternoon, take a short 30-minute drive to Scano, one of the most beautiful villages in Italy. Wander through its narrow, cobbled streets, and stop by Piazza del Lago for a stunning view of the lake surrounded by dramatic mountains. The peaceful atmosphere here is perfect for a relaxing stroll. As the day winds down, head to a local trattoria in Scano for dinner. Try gnocchi alla Abruzzese, a hearty pasta dish paired with a glass of regional red wine. End your day in Scano, where cozy accommodations await for a restful night, offering the perfect mountain retreat. Set off early for an unforgettable day in the heart of the Abruzzo Mountains as you head toward Campo Imperatore. It's about a 1.5-hour drive from Scano, taking you through the rugged beauty of the Gran Sasso region with breathtaking views along the way. Upon arrival, head straight to Campo Imperatore, often called the Little Tibet of Italy due to its vast open landscapes. The area is a haven for hikers and nature lovers. Take a leisurely walk, or if you're feeling adventurous, try a cable car ride to the top of Gran Sasso for panoramic views of the surrounding mountains. For lunch, pack a simple but delicious picnic of local cheese, cured meats, and fresh bread. Enjoy your meal surrounded by the untouched beauty of the mountains. In the afternoon, take a short 20-minute drive to Rocca di Calascio, an ancient fortress perched high on a hill. This historic site offers one of the most spectacular views in all of Abruzzo. Take some time to explore the ruins and soak in the panoramic vistas of the region. For dinner, stop by a rustic trattoria in the nearby town of Castel del Monte and enjoy a plate of arrosticini with a glass of local wine. Spend the night in a mountain village or a cozy guest house near Campo Imperatore for a peaceful, restful evening. Start your day by heading towards the coast, a 1.5-hour drive from Campo Imperatore to Pescara, a lively seaside city on the Adriatic. Enjoy the scenic drive as you descend from the mountains to the sparkling coastline. Once in Pescara, head straight to the beach for a relaxing morning. Spend some time walking along the Lungomare, the beautiful waterfront promenade, or simply unwind on the sandy shores of Spiaggia di Pescara, one of the most popular beaches in the region. The vibrant atmosphere here is perfect for a leisurely stroll or a swim in the clear, warm waters. For lunch, indulge in frutti di mare, a local delicacy, often served as a fresh platter or in a seafood pasta. You'll find plenty of stands and small eateries by the beach offering this delicious treat. After lunch, take a 15-minute drive to Francavilla al Mare, another charming coastal town with a quieter beach vibe. Explore its quaint streets and relax on the beach, or enjoy a peaceful moment at the nearby Riserva Naturale Pineta d'Annunziana, a lush pine forest perfect for a nature walk. For dinner, try brodetto alla pescarese, a traditional fish stew served with crusty bread, accompanied by a glass of crisp white wine from the region. Spend the night in Pescara or another coastal town nearby, where you can enjoy a vibrant yet relaxed evening by the sea. For your final day, head back inland to explore the rich landscapes of Abruzzo's wine region. Just a short 45-minute drive from Pescara. Your first stop is Ortona, a charming town perched on a hill overlooking the Adriatic Sea. In Ortona, visit the Castello Aragonese, a 15th century fortress that offers fantastic views of the surrounding countryside and coastline. After exploring the castle, take a leisurely walk through the historic center and enjoy the local atmosphere. Don't forget to stop by the Church of San Tommaso to see its beautiful interior. For lunch, treat yourself to some pecorino cheese and local salumi, which pair perfectly with a glass of Trebbiano d'Abruzzo, the region's famous white wine. You'll find several wine shops in Ortona offering tastings and local specialties. In the afternoon, take a 30-minute drive to Lanciano, a town famous for its vineyards and medieval architecture. Spend the afternoon touring a local winery, where you can learn about the winemaking process and sample some of the finest wines in the region. For your final dinner, enjoy crostini with liver pâté, a traditional dish from the region, accompanied by a glass of rich Montepulciano d'Abruzzo, one of the area's best red wines. As the day comes to a close, head back to Pescara or a nearby town for a peaceful final night, reflecting on your journey through the stunning landscapes and rich culture of Abruzzo. And that's a wrap on your 5-day adventure through beautiful Abruzzo. From the stunning coast to the charming mountain villages, We hope you've enjoyed the journey. If you love this video, make sure to subscribe and like for more travel tips and inspiration. Drop a comment to let us know where you're heading next. Thanks for watching and see you on the next adventure.